Damn, dude. Like, it's crazy, dude. My sister sends me a video, dude. A Channel 7 News, and they're talking about Big U from 60s, like, allegedly from 60s. I want to, even though we know, but it's just whatever. But, and it's crazy because, for the most part, it all, not his situation, but a lot of the stuff stems from his own homeboy constantly putting him in social media. Like, I was just watching a video on that dude, 600. Like, and this is none of our business, so I really ain't gonna get too far into it outside of the fact that this dude was constantly on the internet talking about what this dude was involved with, and multiple accusations about this dude, whether he was a so-called rape or dealing with his family in an inappropriate manner. And I was just like, damn, regardless of the situation, and I used to say this all the time, like, if it's really that serious and something of that nature needs to be handled, just go ahead and handle it, especially if you're from that hood. But no, every day I would see this guy putting up videos, supposedly too old, he posted in the hood, like, with his supposed strap, like, but the angles change constantly. And I noticed how this dude was always on everybody, dog. But the thing that stuck out the most, and should stick out the most to a lot of people, is this dude not only predicted this dude's downfall, but pretty much said everything that this dude is now running from. And that's crazy, dude. Like, it's just one of those things, like, it be your own homeboys that do you the worst. And regardless of whether there's any type of accusations or any type of truth when it comes to Big U, as somebody that's from that hood, you should have just went and handled it. Not your little homies, not this. Like, a dude's really out there in the street like that, should have just went and handled it. Instead, now this dude is running from the cops allegedly, and probably gonna spend the rest of his life in jail, because I'm knowing he probably got a record. Uh, It's crazy, dude. Like, and that's what it goes to show you the internet, dog. That's why I be trying to stay up out the mix. Cause it's dudes like that ain't gonna come handle nothing. They're not pulling up on nobody, not pulling up to their hood, like they say. That'll be dry snitching the whole time. And then I'm guaranteeing you, when this dude, Big U, gets busted, that dude is gonna act like he had absolutely nothing to do with it. But if you're on social media accusing a dude of being the orchestra of multiple murders, or having anything to do with people getting killed and people coming up missing, why would you not think that they would now start to look into your hood and look into certain individuals? They love to knock down the people that are doing stuff for the community. You know what I'm saying? And this is not to say dude is innocent of anything. It's not on me to pass judgment on anybody, but on some street stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, for somebody that's supposedly in the same hood, which you could obviously reach out and touch if it was just that serious. That constant dry snitching on the internet, dude, it's crazy how it is, dude. Like, that's why they say, like, this new generation, outside of the whole social media spectacle, like, yeah, people troll people. It's something that happens. I see a lot of people trolling each other, but that's all it is trolling. But now when you start getting into the fact, pointing out certain aspects of people's life as far as anything criminal, and you're supposedly supposed to be somebody of a certain stature on the street doing certain things, that is a no-no. So that goes to show you. So even when fools be like, oh yeah, certain people are allowed to rat, dude, look at this dude. He's been on social media talking about his own homeboy being involved in certain crimes. Like, it's cool, like, you call your homeboy, if you calling somebody out for being a rat, but go handle it. Don't get on the net with it and constantly, especially when you know somebody of his stature and a notoriety of where he's from. Like, there's nobody that can get on the internet that don't know about 60s. Like, it's like saying you don't know about Hoover. Like, everybody knows of. If you from LA or you from anywhere that's got any reputables, you gonna know about 60 Crip. Like, you know about the neighborhoods, but you really gonna know about 60s. They have, like, they've been doing it for a long time. They infamous for, like, really, that's like, A-Train. Like, I ain't gonna go into it because it had nothing to do with the situation, but it's funny. Like, it'd be your own homeboy to put a knife in your back. Like, personally, like, not to even put it out there, but if it's on some street stuff and one of my homies did something like that, I'm not gonna go on social media and put it out there that he did it. Like, I'm just gonna go get at him, because that's how you do it when you're on not only have a street mentality, but when you're on some street stuff, sorry, allergies, whoop my, but it's just funny, dude. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, I just looked at my sister's message, and then I'll go on Facebook and I see it. I said, man, this can't be true. But dude, when you go on, it is like, that's nuts, dude. Essentially, this fool got his own homeboy cracked. There's nothing he could really say, like, and maybe nobody will do nothing to him. The streets are like that nowadays. Nobody really out there really, stepping on anything unless they stepping on the ones that's really stepping. They ain't saying nothing. You ain't seeing them on the internet. They're not doing nothing. You know what I mean? That's like me. I'm not gonna get on here and be stepping on fools and get to talking about it. Except like if it's already said and done, I've paid the consequence for it. But I'm not gonna actually get on here and be like, oh, I'm stepping on you. I'm gonna roll up and shoot. For one, it's idiotic. For two, it makes no sense. And for three, it's just dumb. Like, you don't politic like that. You don't bang like that. You don't show that you're of like a street dude doing stupid stuff like that. It's okay to have like certain conversations, but when it starts delving into the fact of people's criminal activities, you're a snitch. Like, regardless. That's mandatory. If anybody from my hood doing anything like that, it's a mandatory. There's no DP. That's a mandatory put off, and you're probably coming up missing. But that's a whole different ball game that we won't even get into. But dude, a lot of dry snitching on the internet, like really seriously dry snitching. Now look at this dude. He probably tried to get wrung out. Just off the simple fact that dudes kept bringing his name up. I never seen this dude go talk on nobody. He just quiet. And dudes were constantly saying stuff on the internet. Constantly. Like, instead of just pulling up and handling, just constantly saying things. I see it with all these fools. They just constantly talking at each other in their criminal activities. And look, first 48. That's what I'm saying. So when fools be like, oh yeah, you Southerners be, look at dude. This is a prime example. Look how many fools did. Look at now, these fools about to get wrung out, dude. A racketeering case, that's something hard to beat, and for them to say that you're orchestrating and organize, you're an active organizer, meaning you really was out there putting things in the mix, whether it was calling hits, whether it was doing this, whether it was laundering money, whether it's a lot of things that go into that. But this all started not only because the feds have probably been on them, because who knows. But the simple fact that his own people, as far as homeboys, whispering about him on the net constantly, dude. That one dude constantly, dude. Like, that's just crazy. And how he was allowed to constantly just keep doing it. Now look, his homie about to get strung out. I don't care what situation that is. He could have allegedly been the biggest snitch in the world. You don't handle it by snitching on him. You go do what you need to do to keep the integrity of your hood intact. Fools are asshole backwards in a gangbanging. They're it's crazy, dude. Like, fools cannot say they really with that if they snitching on their own homeboys. And going on the internet and talking about crimes that your homeboys allegedly did is snitching, dude. There's no way around that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what dominoes fall into what place when it's all said and done. But hopefully, dude, cats beat certain it and get back to whatever they was doing that was making sense. With that being said, I'm your boy Zai. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of there. I got my son in there, you know what I mean, and I'm off work and gotta pick up my other one pretty soon. But that's all I'm saying. Like I said, it ain't really our business, but it's just funny, dude. It's a messed up situation, especially the fools that know how it feels to be snitched on. I've never felt anything. I've never felt what it feels like to be snitched on by a homie, because none of my homies have ever snitched on me. You know what I mean? It's like, dudes have held tight. Certain fools have failed, but that was something totally different. But as far as knowing what it feels like to be snitched on by a homeboy, I mean, I did get snitched on in prison by some fool, but fool don't want to pay money, whatever. But I don't know. Sorry. Probably looking at my nose, but yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like, to know that your homeboy is the reason why they put the nail in your coffin is crazy. Even if you ain't your homeboy, just banging the same thing makes it that much worse, dude. And who knows who else is gonna come out in the mix when certain paperwork starts getting displayed. A lot of these fools some fools might be involved that people probably already got an idea, but yeah. Didn't they just Ray loose, whatever. I want to see if No Jumper gonna talk about this, because this serious, dude. And for the people that ain't from Los Angeles that may not know, which I'm sure you know who Big you is, this is serious, dude. Like that's a name, dude. Like I can name you other names of food that was famous, but this is a name. Like this is crazy, dude. Like this is crazy, dude. Like crazy, dude. It goes to show you, dude. It'd be your homeboys to put the knife in your back, like a big knife at that.